And the Hake report is up allegedly. Oh, would you switch my background for me? And it's 9 a.m., right? I think. Yes, 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and it is Friday the 6th. Oh, sure, yeah. Help yourself. The 6th. It's fun. It's quaint. It's charming. The 6th of March, AD 2026. And we're going to have a fun, loosey-goosey, the Hake report. All right, y'all? You can call in. Some of you are already, I believe, on hold. There is one line open. What's up, Stephanie S? I am live on, what's it called? Pilled.net, punchy.tv/Hake, pilled.net/the Hake report, and other platforms. Hello to Topher, Kill the Ego, Trucky Truck, Cloud Bops, Krabby Turtle. Pardon me. Clancy. 515 kilogram deadlift going up. What's up, Cesar? Those are the people watching on YouTube. Hello to Jules, George, Homesteader Nick, Old Saucy. Thank you to Pastor Chatelet, raiding the stream as usual. Helping JLP raid the stream, that is. We're going to get going here, y'all. Let me bring over some fun stuff, right? Shout out to the men who we had an excellent men's forum last night. First Thursday of the month for the men. Third Thursday of the month for the ladies. 7 p.m. at Bond in Los Angeles. Take everything that you hear here and think here and see here with a grain of salt here and there and everywhere, okay? Info may be false here on the Hake report. No endorsement nor opposition implied. Info may be false. It's an important thing to remember, I think.
Beautiful ball earth, you see it?
Look at the beautiful ball earth. That's not false.
You're not supposed to look for a curve.
You're not supposed to look for a curve. The curve is beyond the horizon. I'm yapping in this video here in the background.
It's not a vanishing point. There is no vanishing point.
There's no vanishing point. Mic volume too low, says Albert. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me see here. How's that? Yeah, mic a little low, I guess, says Jacklo. Maybe I just need to holler. I'm calling people names here on this. I'm calling people names over here saying suckers. So let me know if the mic is too low, if I'm hollering and right on it, okay? Let me know. Press 3 if it's too low, 2 if it's too loud, 1 if it's perfect. All right. So, you can call in 1-888-775-3773. You can super chat via buymeacoffee.com/the Hake report. And you are welcome also to Cash App, although I may miss it at first. James Anton Hake on Cash App. Anton is my middle name. Christopher Foote supports the Hake report. Thank you, Governor Chris. Strong fist. Black power. Yeah, shout out. Happy Women's History Month. Christopher Foote is going to be on the Fallen State. Well, was already on the Fallen State, and it's going to premiere here right after the Hake report, right before American Anchor Baby, or a little bit before American Anchor Baby. Okay? Thank you. Harmony Harms says, la la, the Hake report, la la la, hot take report, la la la, never late report. That's debatable. La la la, better than steak report, never fake report. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hashtag when the Saints come marching in. Hake, Opinion on the Abraham Accord? I don't know about it. Is that one of those old things that has to do with Israel? I'll have to look into that. Thank you, Harmony, for the super chat. And thank you, Christopher Foote, Governor Chris, for the support of the Hake Report. That's cool. Very nice. Did you know black people listen to and enjoy the Hake Report? They may even sometimes find Hake entertaining, which is high praise. Because we all find, objectively, black people are entertaining. Not all, but most. Some are not. Shout out to you. You're still valued by God, I think. And look at those bird tracks. So Chris Foote, TFS, and Super from Harmony. Abraham Accords? I don't quite know. But anyway, y'all, let's just get right on. I think I'm pretty well set with the show. Come on.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys! Hope you're enjoying the beautiful bird here on the Hake Report. Isn't that nice? I think it's nice. And I hope you're enjoying the AJ Gallardo original theme song.
It's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how y'all doing? I'm fine. I am wearing my Stay With It, Stay With It, Stay With It t-shirt with the black praying hands. Probably a little darker black than I would have preferred, but the first try I did made them orange, and so I don't know. Was that little baby wearing any swim trunks? Sorry. All right. So there's Harmony Harm's little thing, little support, not little, but cute. We'll call it cute. Abraham Accord. Let's look up the Abraham Accord. Come on. Copy, paste. Real quick. Lord, how terrible. Okay, the Abraham Accords are a series of joint agreements signed in 2020 and later, aimed at normalizing diplomatic, economic, security relations between Israel. Oh, pardon the noise here. That sometimes happens lately. It's the second time it's happened in 2 days. Normalizing diplomatic, economic, and security relations between Israel and several, or at least a few, Arab nations, including the United Arab Emirates, UAE, Bahrain, I like that name, kind of, if I'm pronouncing it right, Morocco, and Sudan. Oh. And I think that was done by Kushner, Jared Kushner, son-in-law, not a Christian, to liberal, by the way, but one of the good ones, maybe. Not as bad as others, let's say. Let's hope. Son-in-law to Donald J. Trump, husband to Ivanka Kushner, formerly Ivanka Trump, I hope. I don't know how feminist that gal is. About my age, plus or minus. Mildly more attractive than Hake, one might say. I heard once, and I think it's true, women are more attractive than men. Men are supposed to be attractive through their confidence, if there is such a thing. JLP said there's not. So that's cool. Okay, so if Trump did it, or, Kushner, whatever, then it's probably better than Obama type stuff. Obama was not good at peace any more than W was. And W didn't even really want to do peace. I don't think. I heard. Don't know. So, nice. Abraham Accords. And so that stuff may have sort of helped set the stage to get those people to be more allies with us, and with Israel, of course, but with us, and keep Iran more at bay and oppose Iran, I guess. Because Iran, even though I really kind of have a tendency to like them, just off of vibes, and sympathize with them because they're facing a woman problem, Iran is. And maybe the women have an Iran problem, maybe. But the women don't fight right, you know? They have been a bit of a problem, and I don't think it's misinformation. I don't know, but I don't think it's misinformation that they've been funding these people whom we call terrorists, whether we're right or wrong in calling them terrorists, but they've done some terrible things. Hamas, according to reports, allegedly they did that thing over there in Israel, which seemed wrong. And Hezbollah, I guess, have done some bad things or whatever. And I know America's done bad things. I know everybody's done bad things, but they've been like, they don't like America. And you gotta, even if America's wrong, you gotta love everybody. Like Trump. Trump loves everybody. So, and Jesus. So that's my my best take on the Abraham Accords. What's up to the Rumble crew over here? There's Jesse Lee Peterson rated the stream over on Rumble. Very nice. All right. So, I want to mosey over to, oh, by the way, this Stay With It tee that I'm wearing, you can get yours via jesseleepeterson.shop, okay? What I like to do with my clothes, I wash cold, tap cold, and dry on low. And I tend to turn my shirts inside out as well as my jeans. But the jeans, we don't sell jeans at this point, not yet. Although we do have great jeans. Anyway, so Abraham Accords and stay with it. Rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Or rebuildingtheman.com/silent-prayer. What's up to B City Ball City gave to the cookie? What's up, Brandon B? All right. I want to get to Alan. Oh, Lord. What did I just do? Alan in Michigan on the line over here. Alan, thank you for calling and holding, sir. You're on the Hake Report live.
I'd hardly call it holding. My goodness, I'm the first one up. How did that happen? Okay. A response to Cesar.
Okay.
He had referenced or made his super chat a reference to John from Kentucky, who's the black Israelite, and me about the idea that Israel would forget who they are. And I didn't get to watch your program yesterday. I watched it later on in the afternoon. So then it gave me a chance to kind of go over this and present this very quickly of where this comes from in Scripture. And I'll try to make it brief. It comes from the 62nd chapter of Isaiah. And verse 1, it says, "For Zion's sake." Now, you have to understand there's a difference between Zion and Jerusalem. Zion was the headquarters of the government and religion, whereas Jerusalem was the guardian of that hill of Zion. In any case, it says, "I will not hold my peace for Jerusalem's sake. I will not rest until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth." Excuse me. "And the Gentiles," or the nations, that's the Hebrew word for nations, shall see thy righteousness. Now, this would be a future prophecy, probably of the kingdom age. And I'm not going to go into depth on that, but I'll go on. It says, and all kings thy glory, righteousness and thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. And thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. So there is a point where Israel would have a name change. I believe that name would be, we no longer consider ourselves Israel, we're Christians. Now, if you drop down to the 65th chapter, it goes into a problem.
Of which,
And
I got lost.
Okay.
You said 65th chapter of which?
Of Isaiah, yeah, just a few chapters down.
Okay.
Okay. And it says, starting in verse 9, I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains. Now, you have to understand that Judah is the royal or kingly line that Jesus Christ came out of. He is the king of the world, essentially. Whereas Joseph had two sons called Ephraim and Manasseh, who get you might call it the material blessings. In any case, I'll go on really quickly here. But there's a problem. It says that some of the Judahites, but ye are they that forsake the Lord. Oh, hold on, we got some Judahites that forsake the Lord. Now remember, they're in Scripture, if people want to look it up, there are good figs and bad figs. The good figs go into the kingdom, the bad figs and eat, and this is happening at the time of Judah. So you got good figs and bad figs, and that forget my holy mountain or nation, that prepare a table for that troop, that they may furnish the drink offering unto that number. So they are apostate. They've forgotten about the nation of their own nation, and they're actually preparing a food and a meal for the enemies of their own people. They are racial renegades or apostates. Shouldn't probably use the word race in any case, but the 15th verse says, and ye, referring to these apostates, shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. So in other words, who are the people that have apostated from God, and they are still retaining the claim that they are of Judah, when their bad figs got thrown away. There's some other examples too. So that's basically what it is. A lot of people tend to think, well, all right, the Jews at the time of Jesus hated them because they were Edomites. Well, that's partially true. But you have to understand, it's like today. We have our own people that are betraying our people in Congress, in the government, and they're selling us out. And this is wrong. God condemns this. And I will even include, most of all, the ministers who preach lies. Now, some of them, I will give them a little leeway on this. Some of them don't know. But there are a lot of them that know the truth, and they lie. So I hope I'm not trying to make it too drawn out, but
so that's your estimate. That's what makes you estimate or guess or believe. Actually, you believe it more than just guess, right? That the white Christians are the direct blood descendants of Israel.
Yes, and of course people say, well, what difference does it make? Oh my goodness, why would Matthew and Luke put the maternal and paternal genealogies in there in the New Testament? And why do the people who call or claim to be Jews that make such a big deal about it, and even what I call the Christian Zionists, these poor misled people that think that these people are the actual physical descendants? So it doesn't matter. Well, it matters to them. Why can't it matter to to us. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Did God tell us to let it matter?
Well, he said we would forget, but eventually, age. There are some New Testament verses.
You cut out there. You said
I'm
he
sorry.
said we would forget, but what?
But there are verses, and I don't want to bring them in and make this a lengthy Bible study.
Right.
That there are certain verses where Jesus actually alludes to this idea that we would not know. And I'm not going to go into it because of
and so
a time constraint.
Jesus saying that we would not know, is that him indicating that we should concern ourselves with this and have an opinion about it?
Well, I mean, Jesus did say to the scribes and the Pharisees, the ones that were the people of the Edomite line, he says, you won't hear my words because you're not part of my sheep. And the sheep, by definition in the Bible, are the children of Israel. So there's a division. There is always a division. Is he talking
about blood there, or is he talking about the spirit? Spiritual.
Yes, remember they said, we be Abraham's seed and were never in bondage to any man. Well, right there, they're admitting, because first of all, Abraham had many seeds.
Yeah, was Jesus talking about blood when he said you were not, you're not what you think you are?
Yes, absolutely.
Jesus was absolutely talking about blood and not the spirit?
About the genealogy, not blood in the sense of bleeding.
No, I know, but genealogy means blood, relation by blood.
Right.
So he was talking about the physical descendancy, saying the physical descendancy is why you don't actually have the physical descendancy that you think you have, meaning you're not actually descendants of Abraham or Israel. Or even Judah, because Judah was one of the sons, and
of course, yeah.
I guess Isaac or Jacob, obviously of Israel, Israel. So you're thinking that Jesus was talking about the blood and not the spirit, and that's why you think that we should be thinking about the blood, the physical, and not the spiritual?
Well, they both go together,
right? But you're saying that we should be thinking. You're taking what Jesus said about you're not actually children of Abraham. That's why you can't hear me. You can't understand me. You're taking that to mean that we should concern ourselves with the physical descendants, being the physical descendants?
Well, then you have to understand what the job of the physical descendants of Israel were supposed to do.
But you're taking that to mean that we should be concerning ourselves with whether we're the descendants or not?
Yes, in a sense.
How do you figure that?
Well, because Jesus said to the scribes and Pharisees, and that that you can claim that you're Abraham's seed, but remember Abraham had many children. But when God told him, "Take thy son, thine only son, Isaac," Isaac was the inheritor of these promises that eventually would come into Jacob, and it was handed down through the different tribes. So this is really very important of who the king is going to be, what seed line they came out of. Now, I'm not actually...
You lost me, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not being clear.
Yeah, because Jesus never made it clear that we should concern ourselves with who's the descendant of whom.
Then why would he tell the scribes and Pharisees, you are not of my sheep. You are not of my genetic line, the people of my genetic line.
He didn't say genetic.
Well, he didn't say genetic. His seed.
Right.
The promised seed, which would have been through Isaac.
And could that have been spiritually speaking, metaphorically, metaphysically, spiritually speaking?
Well, it's certainly a spiritual thing and a physical. To try to divide
but why do you figure
two,
that why do you figure that we should concern ourselves when he never seemed to concern himself with the descendancy?
Oh, well, I guess you'd have to go into the book of Revelation.
Because you rattled off where the people who wrote the Gospels concerned themselves with Jesus's lineage, but he never
Right.
he never seemed to talk about it.
Well, there's, again, so many references when he talks about...
Because when he's like saying that you don't understand me because you're not God's children, that sounds like spiritual talk, where you know how people are blind and hard-hearted and stubborn, and you can't convince them.
Right.
That's a spiritual issue, I think, more than a physical issue.
Oh, well, absolutely. Actually, everything comes from the Spirit. I think you would agree that, like Paul says, the things that we see are created or come from the things that are unseen, which is a spiritual realm above us, and then it's manifested in the physical. When Jesus came down in human form, he was born in human form.
Because it sounds like
spiritual coming.
It sounds like you have about as much proof that the whites are the Israelites as the blacks have that they're Israelites. Or the Jews that they're the Israelites.
You have to get through history. For example, the migrations out of Palestine into Assyria and the names of the different nations. Denmark, that comes from Dan.
Yeah, but that's because we were already Christian by then, or am I wrong?
Oh, these were nations before Christ. Remember, people from all over the Roman Empire.
So you think Denmark came from the tribe of Dan?
Yeah, and the Danube River is named after Dan. The Dnieper River is named after Dan. Iberia, Spain. You know what that translates? That's the land of the Hebrews. That's where a lot of our people went, to Spain.
I don't know.
And the word British means
none of this
covenant man.
All of this sounds very tenuous.
Well, it's proven in history,
but it's not proven.
Matches with the Bible.
I don't see that it's proven.
Well,
and I don't see where you didn't clearly explain that Jesus even ever told us to care, or it doesn't even make sense to care.
Well, then why did Jesus choose his 12 disciples, who later were the apostles, from Israelites? Only Israelites.
Because those are the people who already understood the basic religion thing that they were. I mean, that's who he had to pick from. That's where he was.
Good point, because where did Jesus go? And he preached. And he preached to the multitudes, he healed, he fed. But he went to the synagogues, where the Israelites and the Judites, they were still separate at that time. Because if you were in Israel,
and then that expanded to outsiders, did it not?
Absolutely.
So then, what does it matter at this point?
Way beyond it.
Yeah.
Because the Israelites are the ones that were given the job and were married to God at Mount Sinai, and were given the responsibility of teaching and preaching the law, which unfortunately, like Moses said, you're going to corrupt yourselves, and that's what we've done.
I know, but that applies to everybody. That applies to blacks who are not Israelites. That applies to the people who call themselves Jews today. That applies to them. Are they Israelites too? They're just bad figs.
Well, many of them are, certainly.
Are they Israelites?
Actually,
in your estimation, are the Ashkenazi Jews? Are they actually from one of our tribes?
The Ashkenazi are mostly, and again, I don't make a hard and fast thing of this, most of them are related to the Khazars who were converted to Judaism in the 9th century.
Right, but by
AD.
blood. By blood. I'm not talking about religious conversion.
No. Most of them are not true.
But they're white like us.
Judites. Well,
how can they be white like us? You sound like the black Hebrew Israelites who say there's a difference between Israelites and Africans. Africans are not Israelites.
Well, again, this is getting into the, and I know you're aware of this, the Sephardic, the Ashkenazi.
I've heard of it, yeah.
The different
The
sects.
Sephardic are
and
more like brown. And then what about the Mizrahi? Those are like the black and Asian. I heard.
Right, who have adopted
and they're
Judaism
lower
just
IQ.
like,
I heard per capita.
well, I don't want to cast stones.
They went into Israel having 6 kids each, whereas the Ashkenazi Jews only had 3 kids each. But now the Mizrahi are only having 3 kids each too, and 3 kids is more than replacement rate. It's better than the normal white, but it's not great. And then the Orthodox are still having 6 plus kids or whatever, plus or minus. But the Mizrahi are lowering the IQ of Israel, whereas we have more Ashkenazis here. So our American Jews are smarter per capita than Israeli Jews, thanks to the Mizrahi influx. I heard from a Jew. But that's beside the point. So is IQ a sign that you think that we're part of God's chosen too, or no? That doesn't factor in.
It's not a question. I suppose IQ would have something to do with it.
Okay, so no, never mind.
I believe Mark could probably go into that a lot better than I can. But we're building people. Wherever we go, we tend to build things.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to teach the Word of God to the people. And in some cases we have, but the problem is we get corrupt. And now we become, America, for example, started out before the Revolutionary War, a group of different Christians. And what happens? You get a breakup, you get false doctrine, and that's really the problem, is the false doctrine. My own viewpoint is that eventually, my own personal viewpoint from Scripture is that eventually God is going to save everybody. I'm not an annihilationist, or I don't believe that people, just because they sinned in a 70-year period, are going to burn in a eternal hell forever. That is a pagan teaching, actually, from Babylon. But in any case, I probably didn't explain very well. But I'm looking at most people don't care, and that's fine. I'm probably never going to mention it again.
Oh, I didn't mean to punish you.
People.
I didn't mean to punish you about it, make you regret bringing it up. I just remain. I wonder how you got into this, but okay.
Well, actually, I started learning it in my 20s, but
were you into the white thing at that point?
Oh no, I was into the world. Believe me, I was very much in the world.
But you were raised Christian?
A veneer of Christianity,
right,
like many people are.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you how much I was in the world. Some friends of mine and I used to go to the movies every week and see maybe 2 movies. And when the Academy Awards would come up one year, I remember, every picture, every movie, every film that had been brought up for nomination, including the foreign ones with subtitles, I had seen. That's how much I was into this entertainment. And isn't that true? And I think Jesse Lee Peterson would agree with you, and I'm not trying to put thoughts in his head. We are deluged with entertainments to distract us and bring us away from the truth of what the world is. And the world, what does it say in Scripture? The world lieth in wickedness. And that's it. And we're evil, and we're in a fallen state. Hello, Jesse. And that's the big problem. And the problem is, because our people have turned away from God, we're supposed to teach the other people. We were given the oracles of God through the 10 Commandments and the 613 laws written by Moses by the inspiration of God. We are not applying them. And when that happens, according to the contract of marriage with God, He is required to punish us for doing this. You're not doing your job. You're fired.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it, sir.
Okay. Well, thanks for spending so much time with me, and looking forward to hearing from some other people too.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, okay.
Bye. Rick, Hampton, VA. Rick, how you doing, sir?
What's up there, Hake? What's going on with you?
Not much. How about you?
I'm fine, man. I'm fine, and man, I didn't know President Trump fired Kristi Noem, man. What happened there?
You know, I don't know exactly, but I had heard a rumor. I have not confirmed it or disputed it necessarily, that among other things, he was not happy with her going out and saying something that was not necessarily true or a fair-minded, objective assessment of Alex Preddy, for example, that guy who got himself shot and killed in Minneapolis, the radical guy who was fighting with the police and kicking their tail light and different things on video, allegedly.
Yeah.
And he went out at them and intervened with a poor woman who got maced or something, I don't know. And he had a gun on him, and it was a type of gun that goes off. It's like the one gun that goes off without the trigger being pulled or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's true even. But he got himself shot, and they said, oh, he was a domestic terrorist, which may be that may be fair to say as a exclamatory exaggeration type of statement, but it's not a good professional thing to say, because there are people who are more extreme domestic terrorists than that, more clearly. And so she might have went out on a limb and said something that came off as unprofessional, and it made Trump in a weak position in terms of plowing forward in Minneapolis, and he had to withdraw a bit because his administration was not acting right, which case in point was her. And also she, according to this report, she went and rode out on a horse and did this photo shoot ad campaign that cost tens of millions of dollars, if I remember right, $20 million or something like that, to film these ads about we're getting the bad guys, and she's done up all pretty. You could see she's vain, and her vanity showed, and Trump didn't sign off on, according to this report, I guess. He didn't sign off on all this ad spending that was just vanity and featuring her prominently. So and then there was some rumor, and I disclaim rumors and gossip, but that she got with Corey Lewandowski. Shout out Corey Lewandowski. Sir, you can do better. Stop it. If that's true. I don't know. I love that guy. Mm-hmm. And so she was a mess, and JLP never agreed with this woman running the DHS, but Trump is picking women. So he allegedly, according to what they say, he fired her, but she's being reassigned to like Shield of the Americas or something new like that. Yeah, that's the story on Kristi Noem as far as I can understand it. Sorry if sorry for my long-windedness.
Oh no! I like that you gave me full detail. I was wondering because President Trump don't fire nobody too fast. When President Trump fired you, man, you pretty much a piece of junk anyway. Yeah, exactly. And I was saying out here, man, President Trump don't only fire nobody. That's what I look about President Trump. He gives you a chance, man. You know. He's not pressured by the media like some of these people are. Oh, the media, I'm going to do. You know, you understand what I'm saying there, James.
Yeah. Oh, and Corey's a couple years younger than her, but I don't know if I believe that. That's mess. Anyway. So she was married, or she is married to Bryan. I like that name, Bryon, Noem, and seems to be married still to this day. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, she's out of there, which I think is a good development. And she's going to be replaced by, if the Senate approves, Markwayne Mullin, who is a tough-looking male. We'll see how tough he really is, because people look tough and they don't turn out to be. But this guy might be. 48 years old, senator out of Oklahoma, MMA fighter, I guess he was. And he's not the guy who broke the showboat's arm or hand, the former Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, but not in the case of this Green Party grandstander. I don't know if you're familiar with that story, but that was somebody else who broke the guy's hand or arm, according to reports. Junior Senator from Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin. But at least the appearance looks a lot better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. I tell you.
Are you happy? Did you like Kristi Noem?
I did. I did. My opinion, she did a good job as governor for South Dakota, or was it North?
I don't know. I don't know my geography. Let's see. Where is she?
But I think it was North Dakota. She did a good job. The oil industry,
South Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota.
3 children: Cassidy, Kennedy, and Booker. Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I was saying. She did a good job as governor. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I don't even like the fact that these so-called conservative states elect females, women, ladies, as governesses. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not right. Grow up, men.
Well, she's a pretty lady, pretty lady.
Yeah, she is. I don't take that away from her, although more makeup than I like. I prefer gals to
be natural.
Put on makeup, of course. Sure, yeah, I don't mind. But I like it a lot of the time. It's better sometimes than not. But because that's what I'm used to seeing, I guess. But some gals look better without it, probably. But I prefer gals just to be. I don't know if it was Botox, and I don't agree with that stuff. Just age naturally and gracefully. Just be.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm with you on that, because nowadays, you got to see. You like if you marry someone, you got to see how they look when they come out the shower. Because they got to put on their equipment. They got fake eyelashes.
I don't believe in looking upon people naked.
But no, what I mean, not that. What I mean, I'm just saying. Let me correct that. What I meant was like, how do a person look without all their equipment? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, when you take off your equipment, how do you look then? How do you take off your fake eyeliner, your hair,
right?
And then you probably got a BBL. Who knows, man?
Oh,
we don't know if you will or not.
Yeah. Sorry, kids.
So
ladies.
all this stuff, man, and now the transgender world is all crazy. So
yeah,
I never thought it would get to this point, James, that you had to take if you're gonna marry somebody, take them to the doctor to see if they're really a female, because they're not going to tell you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's getting a mess, man.
It is. What's her early life? What is she? What is this gal? Born Kristi Lynn Arnold. Okay, so Watertown, South Dakota. Raised with her siblings on the family ranch. Is she the one who bragged about shooting a dog and you guys are all mad? Might have. Personal life. Married Bryan Noem. That's a black spelling of Brian, Bryon. Let's see. That's not a black. Is he older than she? Don't know. Anyway. No, I don't know. Let's not get into it. Protestant. Attended Foursquare Church in Watertown. She is a grandmother.
Was she a grandmother?
Yep.
She don't even look that old to be a grandmother.
She's 54, if I recall correctly.
She's my age, yeah. Yeah, she's my age.
I'm
57.
Doxed Rick's age. Shout out.
I would be 57 this September coming up.
Oh, okay.
Close to my age.
Doxed.
I didn't think she was that old.
Double doxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think she was that old, to be honest. Wow.
Yep.
Look what you learn every day, my brother. Yeah, so what do you think about, James? I got a question for you. Do you believe, it's on the tip of my tongue, do you believe President Trump can have a good administration for the midterms.
Oh, you mean how the midterms will go? I can't say whether it'll be good or bad. I do think that if anyone, I mentioned to Hayden in Texas, that if anyone can have a good result for the midterms, it's Trump. Because generally, the incumbent president has the opposite team party win the midterms more. And that has been the case in general, I heard. George W. Bush was the exception in 2002, I guess. But that was, war after the, September 11th, 2001 led into 2002. It was a year later they were voting. And maybe he was kind of popular because he was a let's go get those guys type of guy and be tough. And he was also a kiss up to his wife, I think. So it's sort of a ladies' man. And so that's that. I don't know. But I don't. And Trump, too, is a ladies' man. So, and we're doing this war with Iran, which is at first not popular, I guess. But it's kind of 50-50, I think. And if Trump is successful, if anyone can be successful, it's Trump. Then this may do good. All these people's worries, because there are many worrywarts, their worries may be allayed. Most of the time when Trump does some military action, although people don't like it, the result is not as bad at all as what they had feared. So we'll see what happens.
It turned out to be better than they expected, because even with the bombing of Iran, you have all these members, he's starting a war.
Right.
But they don't say a peep when President Biden go up there and be in a 4-year war with Ukraine, and you don't hear a peep out of them.
Yeah, Biden was so weak that that war broke out everywhere. Whereas Trump is, according to Trump, ended 8 wars. And he's working on the Ukraine and Russia. I know that he's proposed Ukraine giving up more than they want to Russia, but they haven't done that. And so, it's hard to get people to stop fighting once they've been going for a while. And thanks to Biden, I think, in part. No thanks, really.
And all the money he gave him. You can thank President Obama for getting him over Iran over $150 million.
Yeah. And then, Biden's disastrous pullout out of Afghanistan gave up some good, sustainable holding, actually. We could have kept a base there and kept some peace there with very little effort. But no, Biden was a lame-o. Shout out, Biden. Thank you, Rick.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you.
So, hey, thanks for taking my call, Brother James, man. Well, you guys have a good weekend. I try and tune in for Sunday service. Love you guys, man. Y'all have a blessed and safe weekend. And to my brothers and sisters who are listening, love you guys too, and y'all be blessed as well. Be safe this weekend. Don't forget the clocks move up this weekend.
Indeed. Great, great reminder. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No problem. Love you guys. Be blessed.
Thank you. Yeah, we have we are springing forward, y'all. We're springing forward in, spring is with a lowercase s, by the way. We spring forward Sunday, so you guys overseas, you guys in Arizona, you gals and guys in Hawaii, we're starting an hour earlier, starting Sunday into next week through November, or until like the beginning or so of November. And I know that some of you guys overseas and elsewhere also observe daylight saving time, but it's more toward the end of March, so we're going to be an hour earlier for you, and then it's going to fall back once you guys spring forward too. And so, whatever. And then you guys south of the equator, I don't know how much it changes. I should ask the AI, although I could imagine, I guess, do math. But you guys fall back around the same time we spring forward, and then we spring forward around the same time you guys fall back. So it could go by two hours different or something. Crazy. What a mess. I think that Trump wants to move us to permanent standard time. Some of you guys want permanent daylight time, where it gets dark at like 8:30 p.m. Like it's still kind of light out at 8:30 p.m. during like the height of the summer. But FYI, all right? FYI. I'll get to more of your super chats, y'all, but I'm seeing calls come in. I'm seeing calls drop. I'm seeing calls come in, and it's messing with my head. And I'd like to get to Jeff in Louisiana, who's on the line here. Jeff, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Fine, thank you.
I was going to recommend you real quick pull up a video on YouTube of Senator Markwayne Mullin versus Teamsters Sean O'Brien from 2023. The guy they're trying to put in charge of DHS, I like him. That clip really is a good clip.
Who's the Teamsters guy again?
Sean O'Brien, I think.
Okay, I'm possibly butchering it. Okay, here, let me search it on YouTube like you suggested. Now, I don't know if it's SEAN or if it's O, and if the O'Brien is O''Brien, but looking on YouTube. It
pulls up, you just type in Senator Mullin challenges Teamsters Chief Sean O'Brien.
It looks like I spelled it right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to get a little factual on what Mr. O'Brien just said about right-to-work states versus forced work states. According to the compensation data report of the U.S. Commerce Department, an average salary for private sector employee in 2019 was $4,000 higher than the average employee in forced union states, stating that right-to-work states pay more. Now, if we also want to break this down to statistics, which was quoted earlier by Mr. O'Brien, about wage differences, if you talk to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and non-union,
I'm jumping ahead.
Anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
No, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
That's Bernie Sanders.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold it. If we can, no, I have the mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
And
that's
you
what-
I don't like you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Teamsters
You have
are
the mic.
sometimes
You have
thugs
time.
All
or
right,
unions.
statement.
Then let's do this, because I did challenge you, and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match,
No,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard
Hold
bully.
it. Excuse
Sir,
me.
hold on.
Hold it. No, excuse me. I have the
I
mic.
will say exactly.
Senator
what
Mullin,
you
I
said.
have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything that's...
Did they actually fight there, Jeff, in Louisiana? Did they? Is this?
No, I didn't ask their opinions, but just I thought I liked it because he said you stand up. I think let's go.
That's funny, man.
That's how we're needing there. Just he was an MMA fighter. His record was like 3-0 when he retired, but he never lost a match.
Wow, Markwayne Mullin. Is Markwayne Mullin Irish? Because Sean O'Brien sounds like an Irishman's name, and the Fighting Irish. I don't know. Interesting.
I don't know, man. I just saw that clip of it, so it was just hilarious.
This was the clip you were talking about, though?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's
This
from
kind of
Markwayne Mullin's YouTube channel from, and it's about a 10-minute clip from 5 months back, actually. September 30th, 2025. Senate archives from November 2023 was the incident. Okay.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of Trump, like, he got the personality kind of like Trump, let's finish it. Don't just wait around.
Yeah.
So it's like I was
Nice.
I don't know, man. That's all I have.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for the tip there.
Man.
All right, take care.
Thanks.
Bye. My quickness was not quite quick enough. I tried to be quick, That's funny. Bernie trying to be classy. Don't say but, kids. Okay, anyway. Very nice, very nice. Short and sweet and to the point. Much appreciated, sir. I do have more super chats, y'all. Let me get to Donovan out of Denver, Colorado, though. Okay, Donovan, thank you for calling, sir. You're on with Hake.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
So I was really trying to get my question, like, really straight. I've been trying to be a very good, God-fearing man, supporting my wife, my kids, and everything. And I've been watching you, Hank, and I think I have so much to learn. So I guess what my question is, before we go into anything, what can I do to be a more God-fearing man and a more supportive husband to my family?
Pay attention. I think that's the best I can tell you is pay attention, stay present. And don't trust those ideas that get in your head, and much less the pull to react to anything. Including temptation in your own mind.
I am a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I give all that glory to God for pulling me back to reality, and I want to give some of that grace to my wife and my family as well. And sometimes it's a little difficult for me to actually do that. And I was wondering what your opinion is about that.
So what do you mean? Explain what it means that it's difficult to give the grace that you've received to your wife and family.
Well, because sometimes it's hard for me to explain that. I have all this inside of me, and when I tell my family that it's them that have supported me throughout this, I don't think that they believe me.
What do you have inside of you? You said I have all this inside of me, and my family.
There's glory. There's glory from Jesus. There's glory from God that has put me back on the right path. And I tell my family that they are part of it. They're the ones that have helped me succeed in becoming sober again. And sometimes I see that I don't know if they don't believe me. I don't know if they believe me.
Well, drop that. Then you don't have to keep on telling them that. That's not necessarily what you want your motivation to be is your family. I get that. For a lot of us, is what keeps us undisciplined on some level is a sense of obligation to a job, or a sense of obligation to your own family, or whatever, or not just obligation, but a feeling of love, let's call it, but it might not actually be love for your family. You don't want to let them down or whatever, and it kind of whips you into shape a bit. You don't want to tell them that because that's not the right motivation to get clean full blown. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I do understand what you're.
Let's say you're a single loser. Let's say your family.
I've been a loser. I've been a loser for so long.
No, I'm just using the term loser loosely. Let's say you're a single loser, or let's say I'm a single loser. What's to keep me from going into the drugs and stuff? Then. And I'm not disclosing whether I'm actually a single loser or not, and I'm using the term loser just to be funny. I don't think that.
I do understand that.
But so you want your motivation not to be. You don't want your God to be family, your Savior to be your family. You want your Savior to be God, let's say.
Well, that's who it is.
Yeah, and so don't.
That's who it is.
So don't explain something to your family that's not actually true.
Well, see, I do want them to know that they have been a part of my journey to become sober and clean. I just don't know how. When I do see,
Why do you want them know that?
Because it's important that they know that it wasn't all about me. I wasn't doing this just for me. I was doing it not only for myself, I was doing it for my family, so I could I could be the man that I'm supposed to be, so I could be that head of household, if that makes sense.
That's your perspective, which is from a.
That's true.
Which
You're
is
right.
from like
You're right.
And the kids and wives don't think from their father's perspective usually.
No.
And their father's perspective, respectfully, is off anyway. Like you're just a fallen state man. You don't want to share your fallen state idea about them being part of your motivation with them.
Well, I mean,
right?
motivation comes from within, and I think that I want to share it. Does that make sense? I want to share that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't make sense in that. I'll tell you that it doesn't make sense because it's an emotional, egotistical, let's feel good together type stuff.
It's me feeding that pride almost, right?
Yeah, because you want your family to be proud of you and proud of themselves for being a motivation to you. And in reality, you're supposed to be unshakable in the image of God. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
That's it. Yeah, no, I do, and I think that's what I'm struggling with is when I first said that I'm trying to do that.
Yeah,
I'm struggling with that ideal of me being that person that I know I need to be, but I want to say, hey, look at me, give me this glory. And it shouldn't be that way. It should just be me doing it without thinking of it, without having anything that comes back to me.
Well,
right?
sir, one other thing that comes to mind is don't torture over what should be your motivation or what should be what you're doing. Don't torture over that because now you're trying to fix yourself when you don't know how to fix yourself.
No, I don't.
That's
partly
why I say
I don't.
It's partly why I say pay attention and heed the inklings of I should not be getting into this or I don't need to be. You get little inkling warnings about stuff you're doing wrong. Or stuff you don't need to be doing?
No, it's not that. It's not that because I know what I do wrong. It's that.
But you don't fully know what you're doing wrong because you think that it's a good thing to try to explain to your family that they're part of your motivation.
There you go. That's it.
And that's wrong too. That's wrong. I say.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that I hear this from you because.
But do you agree that it's wrong that they be why you fix yourself?
Of course, because I want to be
in a practical sense. Of course, you don't want your family to be dysfunctional, so you want to be functional.
No,
of course.
I want to be that for them. I want to be that. Voice of. I want to be that for them. I want to be the one that goes, "Congratulations." I want to be that voice that goes, "You did great." I want to be that voice. And it's so nuts that you said that to me, and it hit me right here. Could I tell you one other thing?
All right.
I love my family, and I love Jesus, and I love God. I mean, it's the only thing that keeps me moving every day. Hake. You're one of the most inspirational people I've ever heard. And I just want you to know that you are, the wisdom that you spit, the wisdom that comes out of your mouth means a lot to me. That's all I wanted to say.
Right on, man. Do you ever have you ever done counseling with JLP?
No, I would love to do that.
I'm
a sick individual. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Who's not?
I'm a very sick individual. All I do is get up in the morning, go to work, try to do my best, and at the end of the day, I am I remember I told you I am an alcoholic. I am a drug addict. I'm moved past that, but every day I try to keep going. Oh my gosh, what today? Maybe I deserve it, right? No, I don't. I deserve to be a better person.
Call in if you want, if you're so interested to get counseling, to schedule or inquire about counseling to see if you are interested. 323-782-1980. That's the bond office number. To see if you're interested
Can you screenshot that for me? Okay, hold on. We're going to screenshot that.
Okay, yeah, screenshot that for people. Nice. That's the bond office. That's JLP's nonprofit.
You're right here. Hold on. Let me say. Don't move it.
We're boomers here.
Got it.
It's good to hear from you, Donovan. I appreciate your call, sir.
Well, I really appreciate your words of wisdom, dude. I mean, like I said, we as men, we don't really have very many outlets. Everybody, well, society nowadays, they don't really think too highly of men, and I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Well, you have a lovely rest of your morning, my brother, and I really appreciate you taking your time to listen to my woes and my sorrows.
Sounds good, sir. Take care. Call me again if you so please.
I will. Believe me, I will. Bye-bye.
Bye. William 7. I want to get to William 7, but not before I get to Jaime out of Minnesota. Jaime, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going, Hake?
Going well, thank you.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about a few things.
Nice.
With Israel. The reason why America supports them so much is because they are productive peoples.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed that.
And they're productive in the ways that America likes. Military and technology.
Yeah.
Not in the ways that America doesn't like. Other countries, they're really, really good at social services, social welfare, things like that.
Yeah, and other countries are good at reproducing, meaning having babies.
Right.
Shout out. But anyway.
And the main example that I like is Canada, because you have a lot of Canadians that kind of complain and moan about our girl, Israel.
Yeah.
And why we shouldn't be taking her out to the prom. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Well, it's because they're jealous, first off.
Jealous.
They're jealous. And they're angry, though. They're angry, but their anger is mistargeted.
I think that's true.
The real anger should be directed towards, well, it shouldn't be at all, but the real enemy is their inactivity. And that's true of Americans too. But back to the example, Israel is like $45,000 GDP per capita. Okay. And Canada is like $54,000 per capita is the main income that each person gets. But the debt ratio is 145 for Canadians, where it's like 60% for the Israelites, the Israelis. What does that mean? It means Israel spends less than they make.
Wow.
Whereas Canadians just can't stop getting into debt, which is the problem with China. The reason Carnegie is going to China is because they don't have any money to prop their social services up. So the Chinese are going to give them money.
Wow, what a mess.
They're going to enslave themselves to China because they can't handle their own money.
That doesn't sound good.
Back in the 1980s...
Debt for thee and not for me.
Back in the 80s, they nationalized their oil. Canada did.
Oh, wow.
And so they stopped producing oil and selling it. And it's like the main thing you could do to make money is sell your resources. Well, also in the 2010, something like that, Trudeau, beautiful Trudeau, stopped the pipeline, which would have made them a lot of money, a lot of jobs.
Oh, wow. He did it, and he did it for the environmentalists and the American Indians, or the First Nations, they call them up there, I guess. Shout out.
And it's not Gen Z's fault. They weren't born, or they weren't able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's Gen X and Boomers, the Canadian ones. You see, what they should have done is what the Israelis did, which is spend less than they make so that they could give to their children, not their house. You live in your house until you're dead. I'm talking about investment money, real money that you can give to your kids. But also the teachings and the lessons. They should have known better, but they didn't because they're not smart people. Canadians just aren't smart.
Yeah.
And it's shown in their government. But also, in the college that you have, they come and they bring this thing. And you get to understand a person, the way that they think, their values.
Yeah. And
with Alan, I got to hear his values. And for some reason, he's like the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
He's like the blacks.
Right.
And even when you bring up evidence that a person should just kind of accept, it weakens their arguments. And I did notice in Alan that he stuttered, not physically, but, his gears were getting grinded a bit. And he's like, but to push through that is just natural. You have a thing in your brain called the reticular activating system.
Yes.
And it's what filters out the world for you. It's preconceived notions. So that's trained within you at a young age, but it's continually trained. It has plasticity. It can be changed through training.
Right.
Through propaganda. So
true.
It's an interesting concept.
Meaning you notice stuff that you're paying attention to, or that you're trained to pay attention to.
Yeah, the example
go ahead.
Is when you buy a new car, like, say you bought a Prius.
Yes.
And then you see Priuses everywhere.
Yep, that's right.
They were always there, except your RAS, your reticular activating system, notices it now.
That's right.
And it can be trained. You can do it yourself. That's why advertisers, politicians now, they use that. That's the concept. That's the big CIA, FBI secret, is the reticular activating system.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so. All right, you have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
William 7, California. Thank you, William 7, for holding. How are you doing?
Man, I'm not doing well, Hake. I'm pretty depressed.
Pretty depressed?
Yeah.
I'm laughing with you. Sorry.
No, dude, I don't know what to do. I have a low IQ, and I didn't know. Nobody told me.
Do you value IQ?
I don't know. I thought I was cute. That's how my first wife married me. She thought I was pretty cute.
But it wasn't enough.
No.
Because you're low IQ.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, yeah, I thought, I forget, one of your callers thought I had a low IQ. Man, I don't know who it is, but they have a tendency, I believe, to always degrade and downplay people and judge them like they know them from phone calls. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, People are quick to judge. And I couldn't even put my finger on one single caller. That's a worldwide trend.
Maybe from now on, you remember that snake puppet? You used to make me laugh when you would put on that snake puppet. I actually just watched because I would just start laughing, and it actually cheered me up, So maybe you should break out that puppet, the snake puppet.
When somebody's being a snake. That's a good
suggestion. I was like, because I don't know, I think that the ASVAB test that takes you to the military, I think that it is a form of IQ test. And so when I went into the military, I went into the Air Force, and he said because of my scores, I could have any job I wanted across any spectrum of the 4 or 5 categories. So because I didn't know what that was all about. And so, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if my IQ, I don't know why God would be impressed with that, I don't think God would be impressed with IQ.
I don't know, but I feel like IQ has its benefits, and it may even have its drawbacks. Not sure.
It absolutely does. IQ, I believe, is the intelligence quotient on it's how fast you can learn and adapt something new to you. And there's like 4 or 5 different types of intelligence. You have spatial, you have quotiental, you have mathematics, you have, I think, physics, like when it comes to being an electrician or plumber or engineering. So those are the categories, I believe. And I don't know. And since then, because that was, 40 years ago I went in, they might have updated those IQ tests. And now we're having to deal with fake reality through the internet. So, how you can, I don't know. I believe it's a form of logic. But, yeah, I think logic has its drawbacks and its limitations because you could get locked into that and miss the experience right in front of you, So I don't know, man. I have no idea, but I try to be present, and I think you just use experience, what you've been through, just to navigate day to day. And so that's what I like about when you guys say stay present. That's invaluable,
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, so shout out to all the high IQ people, and I want to shout out to the low IQ people because you know what? God needs his useful idiots as well, and he loves them just as much as the intellectual high IQ people.
Right.
But I believe that's scriptural.
I think so.
So, anybody that really
I don't know
knows
if the Bible mentions intelligence. It does mention stupidity and wisdom.
It mentions, remember, because I know you're well read, Hake. It says that God did not reveal the gospel to the wise, but to those who are foolish.
Right.
Who confound the wisdom of the world. In fact, the foolishness of God is more wiser than the wisdom of man.
Right.
So I'd rather just be a fool in Christ, like Paul said,
Fair enough.
At least if you're a fool there, and you have God and the Holy Spirit guiding you, then the wisdom you get will be correct, and it will stand the test of time. So, but, hey, I could be wrong. After all, what do I know? I am a dumb, low IQ, white / maybe Hispanic, maybe, I don't know, something.
Iberian,
so anyway.
Which means you're Hebrew, per Alan in Michigan. Shout out.
Oh, you know what? Shout out to Alan.
You are Israelite per both the black Israelites because you're Hispanic, Mexican, and you are Israelite. You're part Edomite, but you're also Israelite per Alan in Michigan, the white Israelite.
Well, the DNA test I took, if I'm going to believe the science behind it, the ancestry one, says I'm Ashkenazi.
And you're Israelite per the Ashkenazi Jew. You got the best of all 3 worlds.
By the DNA. Yeah.
You're hated by all 3 worlds.
I'm hated by the world? That's awesome. That means, I think that means I'm okay in God's eyes.
Not necessarily, because the world hates one another too. So
that's true.
Don't take it as a sign, but nice.
Oh, no, that's the moon, right? And the stars. Oh, wait, no, the eclipses. No, wait. Dang it. The leap years? That's the sign, right? Leap years?
I don't know. It's ace of
Oh.
base.
Well, I thought God said he put the sun and the moon and the stars in the heavens for signs and seasons. So I know what seasons are.
Yes.
But have we ever really figured out what he's talking about by signs?
That I don't know. I mean, I have heard about the Farmer's Almanac, and I'm not sure if it has much to do with it. I know that the moon does. I heard that the moon affects the tide, so the moon's closeness to us and different things may indicate maybe a sign about, oh, the tide's going to be high or the tide's going to be low. So it's kind of a sign. I don't know, maybe. So.
Well, that's fascinating. I heard something about the Farmer's Almanac talking about if the male trims your beard, if you trim your beard during a certain part of the moon phase, that it will cause your beard to grow really long, which is how they get their beards so long. Supposedly that's how the ZZ Top kind of people do, which I don't know. I haven't read that in the Farmer's Almanac. That could be fake news. I don't know.
The astrologists, you remind me of something. The astrologists are all hyped. I am Instagram friends with some gal who's all into astrology.
Yeah.
And I won't disclose, but it's just friends.
I
That
think
it is
Mercury
retrograde right now. Don't tell me
Nice.
what that.
Whatever
Don't ask
that
me what
means.
that is.
Oh, it's something.
It's something astrological, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I don't know.
I
All
gotta,
right. Well, Hake, it's been loosey goosey. Yeah, bring out that snake. That will be funny. I need a laugh now and again anyway.
Okay.
So shout out to Maze and Rick and VA, Hayden, David, all y'all. Shout out, man. All right. Peace out, guys.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Super chats, y'all. Before I get to the rest of y'all's calls, how angry would Jesse get if I schedule a counseling session and just talk about Strawberry Pop, the Blacks, and the state of Punchy TV? Asks Kale. Oh, and I said he might flip your table. I don't know. Yeah, it's best not to waste the counseling sessions on petty stuff. If you want to give feedback on Punchy TV, call Punchy TV is probably the best. Or if you want to call the office and be classy about it and talk off air, you can submit your, or you can suggest something for the suggestion box, which doubles as my spittoon for consideration, where I also keep the snake. All right, Cbill, 3 coffees. Hake, Mark is so consumed with anger and emotional, and he's emotional that he cannot see clearly. And the guy who called your show the other day toward the end saying that Trump is evil, he is deflecting. He has a deep, manly voice, but a weak mindset. I bet his girlfriend wears the pants in the home. Ha-ha. Laughing face with tears coming out. And this came in yesterday, and I didn't catch it in time. Supers, coffees, counseling, abuse. Don't abuse counseling. And angry callers. Thank you, Cbill. I don't remember who that would have been. Anthony, happy Friday, Hake. William VII brought up Ramadan, the Islamic quote-unquote fast in which Muslims binge eat before dawn, fast during the day, and then binge eat again after dusk. Oftentimes. Some probably better disciplined than others. Perhaps. I'll try to call in and make a few comments about this pagan ritual, says Anthony. On another note, I noticed an uptick in Islamic propaganda circulating social media after the recent events that took place in Iran. If anyone, that would be Trump bombing the HE double toothpicks. Don't sound that out, kids, of Iran. And Israel doing it too. If anyone in your audience believes that Allah is the God of Abraham, or if they believe Islam is Abrahamic. I want to share some which Islam, I thought they traced it from Ishmael, because Abraham had Ishmael by way of that gal, Hagar or whatever. And, but no. And that was well before Christ, right? But no, Islam came about 600 years after Christ, I heard, with Muhammad and all them. And then Muhammad made the claim about Ishmael, or somebody did. And so who in the world knows? The Lord only knows, I suppose. I could be wrong. Info may be false. I want to share some holy wisdom from Allah for folks to smoke, I disclaim, on Quran 98:6. Verily, those who disbelieve in the religion of Islam, the Quran, and the Prophet Muhammad, from among the people of the Jews, shout out to the Muslims. I like them. Do you like them? Hit and miss, but yes. From those who disbelieve in the religion of Islam, the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad, from among the people of the Jews and Christians, they will abide in the fire of H-E double toothpicks, hell. They are the worst of creatures. Insert soundbite of Tucker's creepy laugh here. I don't think Tucker's laugh is that creepy, man. I like it. I find Tucker's laugh charming and so real. Maybe sometimes not real. I have not detected too much falsehood in him other than that he's nice, which is false. Niceness is falseness. And then you turn around and talk about somebody behind their back a little bit, but that's what people do. And cut him a little slack. To cut poor Tucker Qatari a little slack. I'm kidding around. I like him. In fact, Azzmador wanted him to be president. Azzmador might have liked Tucker too much, and I wonder what Azzmador would think of him today, or if Azzmador is aware of him up in heaven or wherever he be, and or if he's unconcerned about the things of the world, the happenings of the world. We get all over concerned about stuff. Okay, Islam, etc. Thank you. Greggatron says, Hake, dear Hake, your show has been really good lately, really good. You don't get enough credit for what you do. I don't know how you do it every day, but you always make it work. You're very good at what you do. I really like the callers, too. Y'all are crazy, which is not usually supposed to be a compliment. Well, nowadays, everybody takes crazy like a compliment. Don't you know I'm crazy, essay? You were made for this job. Nobody else can do this show the way you do it. Greggatron. Thanks, sir. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Appreciate that. Very kind. And Popcorn has a little correction for me. Popcorn, my Christian brother, is correcting me. And no, this is not even sarcastic. But before I get to Popcorn, I got to get to Cesar or Cesar because I want to do these in order. I didn't notice Cesar or Cesar. So Cesar or Cesar says, Cesar? Sup, Hake, let's play a guessing game. A little over a week ago, I seen, how Hispanic is that? He's Dominican. He Dominican. I used to start talking like that. I know that Alex in California can relate. An investigative style documentary from a competitor of yours. Here's a summary of the documentary from Gab. The creator is investigating how an organized high birth rate religious group is which would sound like Orthodox Jews, systematically taking control of local government zoning boards. It sounds like New York. And the school district budgets in Lakewood, New Jersey. Oh, close enough. He highlights, who knew there's Jewish people in New Jersey, Orthodox, or are they? He highlights how this demographic dominance allows them to redirect public tax funds. That's why we should get rid of this stuff. And infrastructure, communist buzzword, see? To exclusively serve, split their infinitive, which is fine nowadays, their own insular community, effectively displacing the previous residents and marginalizing, communist buzzword, Those who do not share their specific cultural and religious frameworks, demographics is destiny. And so is shrewdness, I guess. What group of people you think they were doing this? I already disclosed. Orthodox Jews. I'll let you know with the YouTube super chat. The doc was pretty informative and eye-opening when it comes to how this affects American people. Kristi Noem isn't bae anymore. She cheated on me. What a slut. Laughing face with tears. R.I.P. to her career. Have a great weekend, peoples. Thumbs up, Dominican celebration. P.S. Forgot to tell you. Postscript. Here's a hint towards the guessing game. The creator of the documentary was banned off the Patreon platform for his questioning these people while filming the documentary. Winky face emoji. Sounds like... Did he give the YouTube super chat yet? I'm waiting. Just kidding around, Cesar or Cesar. I'm going to go with Orthodox Jews, but I don't know. Because you're not supposed to criticize them or notice anything about them. And I agree. Funny. Yeah, what a mess, huh? That's partly why you don't want government spending, because it can be co-opted, you know? Documentary banned. And Popcorn has that correction on me, okay? And I don't know if I should accept this, but Popcorn. Hake, I disclaim rumors and gossip about Kristi Noem. Hake, 2 seconds later, proceeds to repeat the rumor about Kristi Noem. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Was I wrong for repeating that thing that in the news report about our greatest, Corey Lewandowski, who famously tugged that gal? Tugged on her, yanked her when she was trying to harass our then future president, who is currently our greatest president. The new our future president is also based. On another note, it was interesting when Jesse was asking you guys today, his experts, whether or not you agreed with the Great White Hope on the trans issue as it relates to parents. No one, except you, if I recall correctly, could actually bring themselves to say, I disagree. Oh, Derek completely disagreed. There seems to be a strong reluctance to say you disagree with him, even if you do. It's always either I agree or I'm not sure what to think or I don't know what he means type sentiment. Why is that? Lastly, you said that propaganda can either be true or false. Yes, you can propagate factual information. What's an example of true propaganda? They're not bringing their best type stuff. When Trump propagates the truth, he's very good propagandist, very good at propagating the truth or the facts. When have you ever used the term propaganda to reference something that was true? The killing of Alex Pretty, a true event, propaganda. It's a factual event. He was killed, and it may even have been unjust. That may even be a fact, if justice is factual or not. You know, is justice opinion or fact? God's justice is fact or truth. So I don't know what God thinks of the killing of Alex Pretty. Were those cops a little out of hand? Alex Pretty definitely out of hand, but the cops. Were the cops out of hand? What does God think? And anyway, it's propaganda because the push is stop immigration enforcement. It's propaganda for the anti-immigration enforcement. The immigration has nothing to do with the killing of Alex Pretty. Whether we should enforce the immigration strongly, as the based right wing wants, the robot dogs, we should do the robot dogs regardless, but alas, the people's opinion on the matter affects the country, affects the policy. So what a mess. So hopefully that helps you with an example of true propaganda. You know, yeah, there's true, but there's true good and good propaganda, because that's bad propaganda, because they're using factual information to push bad policy. Cbill, Sorry, Popcorn. I have to keep it moving. I like giving you a lot of time because, I don't know, I'm a sucker. Cbill says, I was referring to Robert, the deep voice. Oh, beta male. Oh, okay. Yeah, he does have a deep voice. Male, M-A-I-L. Airmail. Who's the mailman? Who was the mailman? Was that Karl Malone? I don't know. In reference to his call a few days ago about Trump being evil. Yeah. You know, Cbill. Okay, so gossip, rumors, true propaganda. Oh, and then questioning Trump. Oh, I didn't answer your question, Trump. Sir, about disagreeing with Trump. And let me lump that in with this thing. Trump is a practical thinker, and he is a liberal still, I think. You know, sort of a New York liberal, but he's one of the independent thinking type liberals. So he used to be very pro-choice. Now he's for the exceptions, which I don't think we should be for the exceptions. You know, rape, incest, life of the child. I think that you shouldn't kill, period. I think. Of the child. Women used to die in childbirth sometimes, and I think a selfless woman would rather she die and the child live than she live and the child dies. And I don't know how it works anyway, but I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. I know it's not for the tender-hearted. And so, yeah, I almost, Popcorn, didn't care that if Trump was for these parents to do that, because that is what, it's kind of the, you know how the people are against the ICE being in the streets, maybe? The people are for, maybe, I don't know, parents transgendering their children, if the parents want them, both father and mother. I'm not for the mother doing something that the father doesn't want to do. That's so evil. It's plain evil. But if the father's on board with it and he's that much of a sicko, and all of the people are for it, and they're like, you're oppressing us, and they're just intent on transgendering and aborting, I don't know. What can you enforce something that's just such common sense that they've been disconnected from their common sense? Maybe you can, and maybe you should. They enforce stuff that's anti-common sense, like so-called same-sex marriage. I don't think it was popular until after the Supreme Court forced it down the throats, and then people swallowed it. So there's a little bit of forcing that you can do that shapes public opinion. Interesting, huh? Anyway, Trump, the people who think that Trump is evil, and the people who think that Trump is hiding the Epstein files, or the people who think that Trump is implicated in doing wrong for the Epstein file thing, for one, I believe that they have no idea what they're talking about. For two, they often tend to be flat earthers. Shout out. For three, both the people who think that about Trump and the people who are flat earthers believe stuff without actual real evidence. For four, it's not anybody's business. It's not really even important, either one of those issues. For five, they're crazy and don't engage too much with crazy people. And for six, we don't judge them. We're crazy too. And if we do, shame on you. I don't know, man. Trump, disagreement, politics, and crazy. Everblade. Oh, my bag. What in the world? How did I do that? I'm such a boomer. There we go. Pardon me, y'all. Everblazer says, yes, Hake, you guessed right. Funny thing is, some of them were saying they have a direct line to Trump. Shocked face emoji. I wonder if that's just bluster, if they're just lying, or if they really do, which they might, but they might not, and they might just be doing that to troll or make themselves feel or seem important. Nice. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, they do pursue connections, sir. Strange interlude. Let's see, 30. Let's call it 30. Cesar, direct line to Trump. You know, a lot of Jewish people are very friendly and very charming and good communicators and good persuaders. They're not the only good persuaders. Trump, too, is a great persuader. So is our future president. Both our greatest and our future, great persuaders. And I heard Epstein had a lot of connections, too. And he was Jewish. And so shout out to the high IQ Ashkenazi Jew who are great at glad handing or whatever it is they do for great connection. And it's who you know type stuff. They pursue that worldly power, if you will. Pow, pow, power wheels. The sound is so low, I can't hear. Oh, whatever, man. How do I delete? Delete this message. We don't allow that F word over here. All right. Back to the calls, y'all. The fallen state's coming soon. Beautiful Brandy out of Hawaii on the line here. Mrs. Brandy to you. How are you doing, Brandy?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Fine. Thank you.
I was calling to say it looks like a Muslim ran for Republican in North Carolina, GOP Senate, and won District 22. So they're running for Republican now and winning. So we have to really study them before just voting. And it looks like two of them
are you on
running
speakerphone or Bluetooth or in your car driving?
I'm driving, but I'm going to pull over right now.
Okay.
Okay, I pulled over. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds way better, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I was waiting, so I was driving, but I had to stop soon because I'll lose you.
Right on.
Yeah. So it looks like North Carolina just voted in a Muslim, and they are running in Florida too. So they are trying to trick us.
Do you think that's the case, that they're trying to trick us?
I think we're just stupid and not paying attention to who we're voting on. You're just seeing Republican and you're voting for it.
In many cases, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
But what if it's a Muslim, one of the good ones?
There's no such thing.
Wow. Wow. Bigot.
I mean, I don't care. I ain't stupid. And did you know, I was watching something the other day that said that Muslims used to kidnap your kids and castrate them and use them as slaves. So that makes sense why they're backing the transgender movement. They're going to use you guys as slaves.
I heard that. I heard not that exactly, but I heard that Jewish people were accused of kidnapping and using Gentile children. There's all kinds of propaganda, true and false, I imagine, about stuff that people did over the centuries.
It sounds like projecting.
Muslim Republican NC, you said? Nida Alam.
Yeah, North Carolina. Yep. North Carolina's new GOP Senate.
Oh, GOP Senate?
Yeah, it says GOP Senate candidate for District 22.
Obviously, this is state senate, right?
I'm assuming.
Okay,
it is.
National Today claims Lakeisha Alston. Is that a black woman? Niqab, whatever niqab is. Niqab wearing Muslim woman wins North Carolina. Oh, Lord. Yikes. Niqab. Let me see what this looks like. That? Does she cover her full-blown face?
Yeah.
Okay, Lakeisha, that looks like a black woman's name, though. Alston. Looks like almost an American name. Who went viral for her campaign photo, will run for District 22 seat per March 5th, 2026. It says she won the state Senate nomination. Okay. 42-year-old small business owner. Let's see this gal. Whoa. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, she's black. Is she black American, though? Because Lakeisha sounds like a black American black name, blackified name. She shows her full face sometimes, too.
I see her hands. They look like they're dark, but it's kind of hard to tell.
No, she is black. I'm looking at a picture of, purportedly, this is her. You see her face, and she's a black woman. Yeah. And I don't know if that's black American or... It sounds like a... Okay, let's see. Democrat turned Republican secures the GOP nomination. North Carolina beat. A former Democrat, secured the Republican nomination for North Carolina. She will face an incumbent, Sophia Chitlik, in November. So I'm not for these gals running. That's a bigger concern even than the Muslim fact. But the Muslim fact is a factor, I suppose, a little. But it's a woman. And a former Democrat. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. North Carolina. What's up with North Carolina? Thank you for this tip.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your concern. Yeah. I don't want to be overly sophisticated and say, well, some of these Muslims are all right.
That would be dumb.
It might be.
They're bad. Like, you just read the Quran, you know they want to kill us. They're tricking us. They're turning us, blacks and whites, against each other so that they could usher in Sharia law. And you're stupid if you don't see that. Sorry.
All of them ain't doing that. Some of them are just communists, which is worse, probably.
Yeah, they're teaming up with the Democrats to take over. That's their plan. What a mess.
It is a mess. Thank you for the tip there.
Yeah, no worries. And William number 7, I'm in the chat every morning on Jesse's show if you ever want to talk to me. It's going to be hard.
Oh, well, I don't want to put people together and have them talk to each other. I mean, do what you want. I can't control you, but thank you, Brandi. Appreciate it.
Yeah, people talk to each other all the time on your show.
Yeah, and that's usually mess. I disclaim and even disavow it.
I'm not a mess like that. I think he wanted to talk about our learning disabilities or something.
Well, I'm not into that. Don't talk to me about that. Thanks.
No worries.
All right.
All right. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys next week.
You as well, Brandi. Take care.
Toodles.
Doodles. Toodaloo. Before I get to your calls, y'all, Cesar Everblazer. Hake must have a black GF girlfriend. He keeps saying, type stuff. Laughing face. No, I just watched that guy who plays black. Wanksta. Oh, sorry. Don't say that, kids. British kids. I watched that guy who was like a Temu, dime store, dollar store. Who's that guy who's funny and used to talk at he's Jewish, he's funny. He used to talk at those anyway, I don't know. He was on the Fallen State with Jesse Lee Peterson. He's funny. And then there's another guy who's like him. Anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. Cassidy Campbell. Yeah, so I think I got it from him, and then I think Anchor Baby might, I don't know where I got it, but it's definitely black. All right, let me just double check over here. Okay. Mark and all the Jew haters must be on Qatar's payroll, says Cbill. But Qatar, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Cbill type stuff, because they say type something else, the S word, SH word. All right, we're closing in here. Let me turn this back on and get ready to close out, y'all. But I'm not going to close out quite yet. I want to see if I can get to a couple more calls. Mark in Los Angeles. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm going to go as fast as I can, Hake.
Thank you.
First off, I wanted to shout out to William number 7, Jeff from Louisiana, and Terry the Strange One. Even though she talks crap about me, I'll give her a shout out.
Cool.
Secondly, Pretty and Good, the two dead commies in Minneapolis. I have no pity for them, and this is just a statement. And the reason I have no pity for them, what their intention overall was to make a white genocide happen quicker. That's why they were fighting ICE, to keep the illegals here strictly for their votes and their outright murder of white people. They were no pretty, and Good were no good. Okay, real quick to Kristi Noem. I think she was okay. I know you didn't like the ad. You probably don't like her because it's a female, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. By that ad, she actually got 2 million demons to self-deport.
Nice.
So I thought it was worth the money.
I'm for the self-deportation app ad thing. That part's good.
Well, that's what one of the reasons given for letting her go, because supposedly Trump didn't give her the okay on that. That's a technicality to me. The ad did work. And I'm not going to be.
Should that ad have cost $22 million? I don't know, maybe.
I never even saw the ad, but I do know that her heart was in the right place.
I heard one. I heard one ad when I was at Subway. I don't disclose that whether or not I go to Subway. Months ago, about some self-deportation app. It's kind of cool. So that part you may raise a valid point, sir. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was okay. Here's the other thing, Hake. You said the other day that you can't be on drugs. I mean, you could be a drug addict and still make it into heaven. I don't agree, but the only thing I would advise that you tell some of the people that call in that advocate for drugs to try to go 1 month without pot, for example. If David ever calls back, ask him to just try not eating a gummy for 1 month and see whether he's an addict or not.
Yeah.
That's evil. I mean, when you're addicted, that's Satan using you through the drugs or through the sex or through the booze,
right,
or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you're escaping.
I respectfully disagree with your statement.
I didn't mean to say that you can. I just mean to say that I don't think that God cares about the drugs themselves or the escape themselves, but it's you do that because you don't believe in God. Basically.
Well, when you have some of them are like David claims to be a Christian. Yeah. I'm not just picking on him, but It's a lot of people. They do their drug and they defend it. And I don't see how you can go to heaven if you got the monkey on your back. That's what they call it when you can't get your drugs and you start getting, crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
One last thing, and I know you got other people. I don't agree with you 100% on your views of women. I'm not a feminist in any way.
Right.
I hate feminism. But my question to you is, and you could wait till next week to tell me, name something besides getting pregnant that a woman can do that a man that a man can't do that a woman can do besides the pregnancy thing. Can you name anything that the one gender can do that the other can't?
Okay, something to think about.
Yeah, besides pregnancy. Don't throw that one out.
Gotta go. Appreciate you, Mark, sir.
Have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye. Unfortunately, I cannot get to the rest of the callers. Hayden, Brian, the rest of it, everybody. Peace in the Middle East, at least in your hearts. Adios, America. The Fallen State up next. Bye. Bye.